stuff against you. Like, can you imagine? It's always like, well, if you're not going to serve me at Denny's, I'm going to go to Norm's. You know what I mean? It's that guy. It's like you just want to punch him in the face, tell him to go to Norm's or wherever, or the Ritz-Carlton. You don't want to be at the Ritz-Carlton, then go somewhere else. So customer service, that's got to be a pretty interesting job too. So let's hats off to those guys, construction workers, customer service people.
And I feel bad for them because they wearing the uniform outdoor. And, they're sweating all over it all day. They were working like almost like 10 hours a day.
Yeah, and they're burning up. So it's like super hot. So another thing is, I remember, like, speaking of hot, when I was a waitress at one point, was probably one of my favorite jobs ever. I actually spilt a hot teapot. It was full of hot tea on a customer. This is back into the customer service thing, right? And when I spilt the teapot, which was, by the way, probably about 50 pounds, the teapot itself, and it was scorching. So I understand the guy was a little mad. I spilt it on him. He, like, yelled at me. And I apologized, and I honestly meant it at the time. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spill on you. But by, like, the third apology, I was over it. Like, I was like, you know what, this guy, like, then he was using it against me, and now he wants everything for free. And then, oh, my gosh, by, like, the 7th time he was, like, complaining, I was like, you know what? I should have spilt another pot of hot tea on him. This guy needs to just jump off a bridge. Nobody cares anymore. I said I was sorry. Now I take it back. So hats off to people in the heat. Keep cool. Keep your pets inside. My gosh, don't put them outside. It's supposed to be super hot for the July 4th weekend. So if you're barbecuing or anything like that.
I think the whole summer is going to be very, very hot.
Yeah. So it's going to be super hot to you guys. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Pretty awesome week, though. I've got a lot of fun business deals coming up, so I'm really excited. But as far as, let's talk about the construction workers one more time. So I know that they're in the heat and they're exhausted. But the one thing they do on the job is they stay in shape. Right. So I think that's kind of a benefit. You get to, you're working really hard, but you get to stay in shape.
Well, it depending how they eat too. If they're eating bad, and they still is not gonna maintain the same condition. The only thing that is different is the weight lose. Their body was just. So some people they are they're still in the same condition. Some people not. It depending how they are changing their diet.
Their diet.
Some people they just like to be drinking beer, every time. Then you might not be able.
I love dark beer. I'm just kidding. No. Okay. So everybody, we have an awesome, and we're gonna address that. We're gonna address everything with probably one of the most handsome Chinese martial artists / actor getting into acting. I have a wonderful guest in studio. His name is David Young. I pronounce it Young. I think we've got a couple different ways to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it, David?
Well, that's how when I was in Hong Kong, everybody called us Young.
Young. With the long O.
Yes.
Like Young.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that, the name is, when it came over here, is different.
Uh-huh.
And after we will think about, we want to change the last name, Young. But after we realize it, you know what? Maybe I think we need, just explain about, our last name is right. So, but after that, so you know what? It doesn't matter anymore. Just whatever they call.
You're like, whatever
Young,
they call
Yang,
you. Well, as a matter of fact, on my Facebook, I have auto spell. I have the auto spell on the phone. So to the guy that corrected your name spelling, I apologize. It was on auto spell. I did have it Yeung. I had it right, but auto spell smoked me. So I was like, whatever, dude. But so that is Yeung. And for those of you who don't know, David is the son of the legendary Bolo Young.
Yes.
Legendary actor. Enter the Dragon. Wonderful, wonderful actor. Worked with Jean-Claude Van Damme. But David is just as amazing as his father. And that's why I want him here today, because I want him to talk about what he's doing, what he's up to, how he gets in shape, and what he plans on, what his goals are for the future. So we're really excited to have you today. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
And we've got lots to discuss. So let's just, for starters, I know that Jim Kelly is an actor that just recently passed. Unfortunately, rest in peace for him. He was a fantastic actor. And I know that he was in the movie Enter the Dragon with your father.
Correct.
Did you actually know This man?
I met him like about a year ago. I met him through one of the events, martial art tournament over there in San Jose last year. I believe in sometimes April. Okay. And first time I met him, but he seems very nice to me because first time I met him and I walk up to him, I say, "Hey Jim, my name is David." And first thing he's like, "I know you. You know, I heard about you and I saw you on YouTube, you know, some video that you're very impressive." And I was like, "Wow, you know, thank you, thank you for your compliment." But after that, we have a little conversation, and that's the only thing I remember. You know, we took a picture together, and that's all about. But I heard he have some kind of health issue.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not exactly what was that, but at the end, and someone told me that he might have a cancer or something. So after he left, and I told him, I say, "Hey, we gonna see each other again?" You know,
right?
And he was like, "All right, you know, hope you see you next time." And after that, and a year after, I haven't heard about him for a while. And just today, and a friend of mine, his name is Bob Wall, the guy from the movie Enter the Dragon, who's fighting with Bruce Lee. He's one of Bruce Lee's student.
Sure.
And he just called me and said, heard about the news, and we are pretty emotional. So
rightfully so.
Yes, and he was like, we miss him, and that was it. But they're gonna have some other events going, and hopefully, he can bring up my dad and John Session and those guys from a movie Enter the Dragon, and that way, they kind of come up, make a comeback to see each other, and hopefully, you never know, sometimes, it's time is change, and and yeah, that's all I can say right now. Yeah,
right.
I'm still in my mind. Just I can't believe someone just leave in.
And it's especially when they're that great of an actor and they're close to your family. So
right.
Like I said, rest in peace to him. Super sad, but in happier news, let's talk about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Martial arts, bodybuilding, modeling, also now acting. Okay, so this is just some of the things that you've accomplished in your life. For the guests that are that don't know about you, can you explain, where are you from, David? And just kind of give them a little bit of where you're from,
right,
when you came to California, all that kind of stuff, and just let them know.
Well, actually, I'm from Hong Kong. I born in Hong Kong, and I came here once I was 18. But when I came here, I'm trying to work in my bodybuilding career, and I want to trying to turn a professional. And that time, my dad is supporting me for bodybuilding. So when I moved in LA, I think that time was like 1992, 93. Mm-hmm. I was living in Venice at that time.
Did you work out at the Muscle Beach?
No, I didn't. I never worked out Muscle Beach.
Everybody works out there.
That's why everybody's saying that Muscle Beach, they think that's a Gold's Gym, but it's not. Actually, there's like a few blocks away from Gold's Gym Venice. There's a different gym.
Facility? Okay.
Yes, different facility.
Yeah, because I used to run from Santa Monica, the pier,
right,
all the way down to Venice Beach and then back.
Yes.
That used to be my daily running every morning, but...
Yes.
I live in Pasadena.
Yeah, it's a little different gym than the other, but the one that I train is the most professional bodybuilder, and they all train over there. Okay. And it's just like the best training center in the world. And I was there for almost 10 years, and fortunately, I met all those professional IFBB bodybuilder, and they all the best. They're all competing Mr. Olympia level. So I was luckily I was work out with them for several years, and that's why after all I just came here and start competing, and I won a couple of national competition.
We're gonna talk about all of that.
Yes.
But it was the transition from Hong Kong to the United States and California. Was that difficult? Because I know that you mentioned too that you don't. This is hilarious, you guys. He told me he doesn't speak English. But I'm pretty sure he does right now.
Yes. Getting better.
So you're right. You're
Getting
awesome
better.
at it. No, you're doing great. So was the transition, was it difficult? What was that like? I mean, you're coming, you're coming somewhere into a new land and you don't know the language firsthand.
Right.
So was it difficult to transition to California? And actually, we're going to talk about all this stuff right after the commercial, you guys. For those of you that are joining right now, I have David Young in studio. He's a wonderful guest, and we're going to talk about a lot of his accomplishments following the commercials. This is what honesty feels like. Stay tuned in.
The Three Guys Rant
with Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
coming to you on the Rant Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not The Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69 3 Guys, Guys, and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on rantradionetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the Three Guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanj, and I'm always joined by
Edgar.
Carlos Medrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And we are excited to announce our show Live with Aaron and Kelly is on Rant Radio Network. What do we talk about on our show, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
That's right. Go check us out on rantradionetwork.com. That's rantradionetwork.com.
Check it out.
Feels like with Christine Sawicki. I have a super handsome, super wonderful guest. His name is David Young. He says it can be young or young, depending on what you feel like. He answers to anything. We're really, really lucky to have you. Thanks for stopping in, David.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
very much.
it.
Thank you.
And for those of you that want to be bulky, you want to be a Hercules, you want to be strong and sexy, call and ask David how he does it, because he is the image
You
of
can
all of that.
transform whatever you want.
You could transform anything you want. And this is, I'm going to ask him all about this. He's done modeling, like we had mentioned. He's also done bodybuilding, and he's also done martial arts. So I want to focus this segment on that.
Sure.
So let's start with modeling, because obviously you're a very good looking guy.
Thank you.
The ladies must love you.
Thank you.
So what was it like to be a model? I can tell you right now, I'm the worst model. I'm uncomfortable. I get stressed out. I don't like it. I don't know how to make those faces.
I don't think so.
No, I
think
am.
you look great.
I am. No, that's because you've never seen me do a photo shoot. But like acting, like with acting,
Right.
you can kind of go in, you can be in character, and you can do like crazy things, and it's fine, and you're in your own mind anyway.
Right.
But for modeling, for me, it's like weirdo. Like, I
Wow.
don't like when the camera's just pointing at me and you're telling me to make a sexy face, because I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? I just like, okay. So for you, do you think you were a good model?
I'm sure I do, because since I was a kid, I used to love pose.
Really?
That's the most important part is like something that is, I think it's more, the harder thing is like you gotta learn how to pose first, depending on how you dress and where you at, and what's your environment, outdoor, indoor, and what type of photo you're gonna shoot and what type of pose you're gonna get. So it's very important. It's not just like you just put your hands up and just do whatever you want.
Well, that's what I do. That's probably why I'm the worst model ever. And don't put a photo like on my side-by-side screens. Do not put us next to each other, all you engineers back there, because my God, I work out, but you can't even tell when my photo's next to you. This is ridiculous. But we have this awesome photo or YouTube video that we're gonna queue up here just in a little bit.
Cool.
Of crazy single finger pull-ups. We're gonna get to that, but let's get back to modeling. Okay, so how did you get into it? Because you're pretty much in everything, it looks like. And what was your favorite modeling job that you've done? So let's talk about that.
Okay. I done bodybuilding, modeling, and
like on the cover of magazines.
Yes, in the magazine, different article for like over on and off for like several years. And one of the magazines called Iron Man magazine. And after when I was retired for bodybuilding, and I don't seems that we able to do the same bodybuilding modeling anymore. So, and I just start changing, want to become like a fitness modeling. So I transform my body, and I.
What is the difference for the audience? Because not everybody in the audience knows, all the listeners. What is the difference between fitness modeling and bodybuilding modeling? Is there a difference?
Well, it's just the physique is different.
Okay.
And the way you are posed, the way you live, a lot different. We're not having like about 200-300 pounds of weight and just lifting and just take a photo. But modeling is more like and more physique. It's showing like all the pose that you don't need to contract your muscle, your symmetry, your definition is still here. And just like I'm relaxing, but everything.
This is him relaxing.
Yes,
you guys.
I'm just right here, yeah. And and that's how I become like this is type of physique and this type of pose you need to focus on. That's why I like this more better, naturally. I don't want to squeeze it, lifting weight and.
We have a video of that actually too that we're gonna spin that one too. But hold on, David. We actually have a caller, so just a moment, okay? And we're good to go. Okay, caller, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Caller. I know they're. I could hear them. Hello.
Christine is talking to you right now.
Hello, is this caller? Are you there?
Kill you.
Are you there?
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me, you guys? Yeah, caller, are you there?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now we can hear you. Caller, can you say your name, please?
My name is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
California. Do you have a question for David, the muscle man of the year?
Well, today's my birthday, but...
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks. It's not really a question. I just wanted to say that you're really hot, and I saw your muscle pictures, and I was blown away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. How many pictures you have been saw?
What?
He said, how many pictures have you saw?
Just a few. My friend Charlie showed me.
Yeah, can you guys roll? I mean, all the engineers, can you roll some of those photos that we have of David for those of us, those that are streaming live? This guy is incredible. He's, like I said, handsome. He's adorable. How can you not like that guy?
He's great.
David, did you like yourself?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. You're doing all right. Okay. Well, thank you, caller. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
For calling in. He appreciates
Thank you.
it. All right. Oh, that sounds like little girls.
Yes.
They think you're adorable.
Thank you.
That's so sweet. Oh, look at those photos. I mean, my gosh, you guys, can we queue up that the single finger pull-ups, because I wanted to get into that, the martial arts training,
Sure.
and you had mentioned that you want to prove to everybody that anything is possible.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
So we have a video. Let's look at this for those of streaming live of David doing single finger pull-ups.
And actually, this is like almost like 2 years ago.
This one's 2 years ago?
Yes.
Like, look at this. I mean, he's got first of all, I can't even do a regular pull-up, let alone, look at that. He's using one finger on each side. Were you afraid your fingers were going to break?
I thought about it, but,
You thought about it?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Did you feel like it was going to hurt?
I feel it's going to, feel something that's going to pop it. But
you did?
Yeah, but I have to find my way. I say, you know what? I cannot think that way because, I have to make that possible. So no matter what, I have to make that happen.
What weight were you at when you were actually doing that? Because I don't know how strong single fingers are, but do you know what your weight was when you were pulling up that much weight?
Well,
because your total body's hanging.
Yeah, that time I believe it's like around 165 pounds. Yeah,
really?
My body weight. But what I'm saying that is the way I train is like this. I try to purposely, I want to adding my body weight first. Like, let's say like I add myself like 175 pounds and start training with this pull-up, and then I drop 10 pounds. Just like you adding your body weight in there, and then when you go lighter, you lift a lot easier.
Sure. So,
but my point is this: to me, when I can get into that type of pull-up level, and I feel like I want to do something more. I feel that it's not that difficult, but it's just you got to be very dedicated to train with this. I'm sure everyone can do this.
You think so?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, David, I'm going to stop you right there because I'm not so sure. Because when I was in Catholic grade school in like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade,
right?
It's so fine. I'm not in school anymore, whatever.
Right.
But I had to do a fitness test. And there was all these different tests, and I won the award, I think, every year.
Okay.
But I really didn't deserve the award because I cheated every year on the sit and reach.
Right.
Which is where you extend your fingers out and like you have to like see how far you can reach for
correct.
flexibility, correct? Right. So no matter how much I stretched, no matter how far like hard I tried, I never could pass the sit and reach. So I of course adopted a way for me to be able to pass the test. But is that just something that what would you recommend for my flexibility, for example?
Well, because it depending how you find your way to train with this, you're not just.
Well, I was probably trained by like nuns. They were probably like snapping rulers at my hands or whatever. There was no proper training involved.
Yes.
But for those that are trying to gain flexibility, what would you recommend for something like that?
Well, to me, it's like you got to stretch there every single day. My flexibility is coming from, you have to get up like early in the morning as soon as you get up.
What time do you get up? Because early morning to some people is 10 a.m.
Other
people it's 4:30.
Yeah, between 4:30 to 5 a.m.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it!
I woke up every single day. Before I go work, I will start stretching first. But I think this is the best time when you go stretch.
At 4:30 in the morning?
Yes, earlier is possible. And also, you have to start stretching at least like 10 minutes. And you have to add every 5 minutes every few weeks or every month. So your flexibility will start getting stronger and better. And to me, it's like this. You have to put your feet to the wall and just getting closer and closer every time. And you usually have to using your hand and put it on the ground and just pushing forward until your body can lean into the wall. You can touch it.
Really?
Yeah, the flexibility, you have to take time to get used to what you are doing so that way you can get better. And also you need someone help you also, you're stretching, you have to like, sometimes you might have to use 2 person to help you out, at the same time. So
Do people help stretch you?
Not anymore, but I'm knowing how to stretch by myself. Yes.
Because you're the pro.
Yes, I mean I can stretch by myself easily. It's always have to find way to stretch by yourself. Right. Just like you something you're very itch your back. You have to find a way to try to scratch your back. It's simple. You don't have to ask somebody to help you.
Right.
I can do it by myself.
But I think that you've got the background though, where most people because I have a personal training background too. Definitely not to the length and the credibility that you have, but I definitely had studied it, anatomy, physiology, the whole 9 yards. So it's like for you and I, it seems normal to figure something like that out. But for those that are just afraid that maybe it's their first time in the gym,
right?
Or they definitely don't know. So it's interesting. But trainers, do you think trainers are worth it? Do you think, because I know that you do MMA training, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you think it's worth it for people to actually get trainers, and why?
I'm sure they do in a certain way because how are you gonna train by yourself without knowing certain things that you're not sure that how you're gonna weigh loose, how you're gonna increasing the speed and conditioning. Sometimes if nobody taught me anything about that kind of training, I have to like figure it out. Just like when I do finger pull up, no one taught me this, and I have to think about how I'm gonna train with this step by step. You have to like taking your time, have to write a note every time before you start doing something like this. Seriously, otherwise you won't be able to handle this. So you have to be like, have a concept every time you have to set the program.
Okay, and we're going to talk about that more right after this commercial.
Sure.
And we're also going to talk about your acting, David. So this
Sure.
guy is overly qualified in every field. Lucky guy. So for those of you who are listening, this is what honesty feels like. Stay tuned in. We've got David Young/Yong in studio.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmart, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
TheTicketSurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4-199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. TheTicketSurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4-199.
Welcome to the Monster Marketing Group, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Anything you need to make that marketing and advertising campaign stand out, we're your people. Concepts, design, production, social media, anything that you can dream up, we're going to make happen for you. And we can do it in a very quick turnaround. Please give us a call at 888-49-MONSTER.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. You are listening to What Honesty Feels Like with Christine Sawicki. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. I have, like I said, another super awesome guest. He is the son of legendary actor Bolo Young. I'm sure most of you are familiar with him. And this is David, his son, who is equally as talented in every category, just like his father, which is amazing. He does modeling, he does bodybuilding, he does martial arts, and also he does acting. We do have a caller on the phone, so I'm going to grab that one first. So let's take the caller first, and then I want to get into... I saw a video on YouTube where your muscles do things that I've never seen. Like, my muscles, I've never even seen. I don't even know there's that many in my back, okay? So we're going to talk about that, but hold on. We're going to make sure the caller's still there, okay? Just a moment. Okay, caller, you there? Caller, you there? Okay, caller, you there? I think we lost him. Okay, no big deal. We lost the caller. They'll call back in a couple minutes. But David, so let's talk about, like I said, the YouTube video where your back is dividing into, like, how do you even do that when you pose? How do you get everything to move that way?
Well, so everything is muscle contraction.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to take time to practice over and over. It's not just about like 1 or 2 days or months. You have to train with this years and years. You have to look at the mirror, and also you gotta know how to feel about your feeling. Just like when you contract your muscle, when you relax, you have to knowing how to contract. Which part of your body, when you contract it, and you're gonna feel it like. Just the way you feel.
Like, can you feel it though?
I can
so you
feel
can
it.
feel every individual
I can feel the
muscle.
separation.
I mean,
I
look
can
at this
feel
video for those of you that are streaming live. This is literally craziness. So they just ran it. It's coming right here. But I literally almost fell over. I mean, I've seen bodybuilders before, and I've seen competitions and stuff like that.
Right.
But I myself could never divide a muscle the way you have here, which is amazing. We're going to have this, like I said, it's streaming live for those watching. My gosh, look at this video. I'm going to we have the caller back on the line.
Sure.
So let's check it out, I believe. And caller, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Caller, are you there?
Hi. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Caller, what's your name?
My name's Michael.
Michael, hi. How are you this evening?
Hi, Michael.
I'm really good. Hi, David.
Good. How are you?
Really good. Thank you.
Do you have a question for David?
Yeah, well, first I wanted to say I'm a huge fan of your father, and if you're going to follow in his footsteps, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the movie screen.
Thank you. Thank you.
But my main question is, looking at your body and your physique is amazing. Do you do any personal training?
Yes, I do. I do. I used to do like personal training like, over 10 years, but now I'm doing more like CrossFit training, which is like not the CrossFit, but cross training, which is like a boot camp type of training. Helping some other how to weigh loose, and I have my team right now is called the Hit 360 Degree, and it's a boot camp training. So Hit 360 meaning is high intensity, 360 degree. That means we turn your life around, which is like we're changing your life. So I've been working on that like several months already. So I'm helping a lot of people to seeing a pretty good result. And to me, it's most important is to helping other, changing the lifestyle. This is most important. Changing their eating, changing the way they're training. How to suggest the technique, and also how to share the knowledge is most important part. So.
Okay. Because I need help eating too, because I think I need to put on a little bit more weight. You can help with everything like that?
Yeah, it's just not a problem. I think it's another way you have to know is how to motivate you. It's not just about like how you share your dieting. You have to like stick with that for like few weeks, and also you have to motivate you every single time how to changing your lifestyle. That is the hardest part. If you doesn't know how to do it the right way, and you're never gonna change. Just like your body, your food is not gonna change, and your body is not gonna change. So this is very important. You have to stick with that. Your mind, you have to make sure that you have to do the right way. Otherwise, and no matter how many trainers you're gonna get hired, and they're still gonna tell you exactly the same thing, then you're never gonna change. And it's on you. Training part, like personal training, is only 50%. To me, that's what I see.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, another 25% is the delegation, another 25% is on you.
How about the other like 3% is therapy?
Come
on, you know it is. I used to be a trainer. I felt like a human therapist. Like I was like, yes, your wife's cheating on you. I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm sure that.
It's the truth. Come on. This is my show, what honesty feels like. Go ahead, David. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Is there any way I can find this information online, or I heard you're based out of Los Angeles?
Yes. I'm gonna start having my website pretty soon. But if you ever want to contact, then I'm sure, and I can find a way. You can contact me after when I finish this interview.
Is it like do you have a Facebook or a Twitter? Or
Yes,
fan
I do.
Page
I do have
I
have a Facebook right now.
Where people can
you can come and add me, and I will give you a little detail about this. Yes, definitely. But make sure you have to correct my last name is right. It's Young. Yeung. Okay.
I heard about that.
I think.
He doesn't know. He says he'll answer to anything. He says young. He says young. He doesn't know how it's spelled. Neither does auto spell. So who cares?
Okay, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for calling in. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, and I know that we have another caller, so let's go ahead and just roll right into that one.
Sure.
And hopefully they're still there. And caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Do we have another caller for David, because he is young, handsome, super, super muscular, smart actor. He does everything. So caller, can you give us your name?
Yeah, my name is Jack.
Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hey, how you doing there, David? Yeah, I wanted to ask you a little bit more detailed questions about the diet component of your training. So how do you know what to eat, and how does that change when your fitness goals change? And do you supplement with vitamins? And I know bodybuilders, trainers get into protein. How do you know what to eat and what levels to take?
Well, first of all, is what I start learning from diet is I find a lot of different way. You know, I used to talk to a lot of professional bodybuilder, and I met all the Mr. Olympia level bodybuilder, and some would tell me the truth, some are not, and I always have to find way to do my diet. What I do is a little different than the other people. Just the past 10 years, and I always trying different meal every single day. For example, if I eat chicken today, and I will go to the gym and work out, and I will see how my body react. And tomorrow I start changing fish, and the third day I will start eating a steak and also some steamed rice, and see how my body react. So every time I have to report it. So I want to know that, you know, how my body react, which is more useful for me. So that way I can train with what type of protein is work for myself. Because if I write down the diet program for you, it's not gonna work for everybody. You know, it depending the person. So you have to find a way that you need to know what type of food that intake that you're gonna feel understanding about yourself more. And sometimes your body very sensitive for certain food or carbohydrate or protein. You have to find a way. And I can tell the diet, you know, what kind of food that you can take, but somehow you have to find yourself. If you couldn't find yourself and your body, no matter what, it's not going to change the same what you want to expect, you know. The protein or supplement, I don't really like believing those as much anymore, because I used to take so many like supplement, like a protein shake or vitamin and stuff. But now I'm more like, I don't even take protein shake or anything anymore. No, I don't even, hardly just taking like multivitamins. And I'm trying to like naturally, you know, eating like a lot of fruit and certain type of herb, and to try to like cleanser my body, you know. And I want to feel like more, look healthier. And the way I was doing that kind of a training in the video, so I can prove it that I can do a lot of things that without taking any supplement. And that's why I can feel about, you know, this is such a big difference. And if you're taking
as part of that, I know you say how you feel.
Right.
Part of that, measuring yourself every day or every week, and then looking at the scale before
Correct.
and after you go to the gym.
Correct. You have to check that every like at least every 2 weeks or once a month. You know, that way you can know, you will know that how your body can change. But sometimes you're losing inches doesn't mean you're losing weight. So you have to find way to you have to manage yourself. You know, you have to be balanced a little bit the way you're eating, because sometimes you're eating like too much protein and your body was getting more flat. And if you are losing inches, that means you're having an issue to lose weight. You might have to cut off all the sodium. Why? So that's why everyone are different. You know, hard to explain, you know, how different it is, but always have to like testify yourself to make sure that what is more useful for those kind of diet for you would be better. But I think it's most important is, besides the dieting, you have to consistent do your cardio. And that way would help you to see a better result.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Enjoying the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Okay, so now it's clear to me that you are definitely, when you're talking about how you need to experience things on your own and test your own body,
Right.
you're like the body doctor / scientist.
Yeah.
You're your own lab rat. You know what I mean? You're like, well, today I'm going to see what my body responds to. And then if it doesn't work...
I'm still learning.
You're,
yes.
You're still learning?
Yes,
but I guess
learning.
you're probably learning all the time, right?
Yes, because I have to eat, like every day I eating certain food, I'm still testing myself. You know, just like yesterday I eating some type of food that's a very high sodium intake. And I woke up this morning, I already feeling bloated.
Yeah.
And I kind of know that, this type of food might be, it's not good for my cell. Only it's good is for once a while, but you won't be able to handle this for long.
Okay, so wonderful. I'm trying to move into the acting segment, but we've got so many people interested in, of course, you, which they should be.
Right.
So we're going to move into the acting segment right after this commercial. You guys that are listening, we have David Young on the, in studio. He's amazing. If you want advice, if you want anything, hear it from the most successful people here. Stay tuned after the commercial.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-842-7149. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos Español.
We're the Brothers Bear Podcast Live, and I'm your host, Sanch, and I'm always joined by
Edgar, Carlos Medrano, and this is a show where we talk about
comics, movies, TV, video games, stand-up, music, and many more geeky things.
Catch us live on Rant Radio Network on Mondays from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m.
That's another commercial in the back.
What up, foodie freaks? It's Chef Bev Lazo with the Culinary Trend Show. Join me and my brigade every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. where we will be cooking up some crazy stuff that will give you the appetite for discussion. It's all about the good food, good friends, and good times. Only here on RantRadioNetwork.com.
DM Narc Radio Show is now airing on the Rant Radio Network. You've heard the three guys Rant refer to us as the Clam Chowder Power Hour. Now we get to bring our New England humor over to Los Angeles. We'll be airing Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, and we'll cover everything from local to national politics and news. Guess what? We're uncensored too. I'm Dave. Join me and Nick Friday on the Rant Radio Network.
Okay, everybody, we're back now with What Honestly Feels Like with Christine Sawicki, special in-studio guest David Young. Lots of questions for him, so that's awesome. And I'm trying to move from obviously he is into martial arts and bodybuilding. You take a look at him just on the screen there, you guys. It's ridiculous. Yeah! I was like, I want to arm wrestle you. Look at that. That's ridiculous. But I want to move into, it's awesome that you're in shape. It's awesome that you model.
Thank you.
But I love how you used the word retired earlier from bodybuilding.
Right.
Now you're retired.
Yes.
And you're moving into acting.
Right.
Somewhat just like the path that your father took, correct?
Correct.
Because your father had accomplished a lot
Right.
in China and here in America. So let's talk about your acting.
Sure.
Why did you want to get into acting? Was it your father? Did you want to do just exactly what your father did because you saw that the formula worked? Or what was that like for you, and how did you decide to start to retire from bodybuilding and then moving into acting?
Well, first of all, when I was a child, and I used to see my dad, doing a lot of film, and I will always been around with him, and I seen, how he filmed, and I always got excited about it. I always want to be like doing something like exactly like that. Not even just acting. I want to direct or do some other things, just like any other movie industry. But when I turned to bodybuilding, and I would just let that go for like over 10, 15 years, and I don't realize it, things have changed. And I'm just focused on my bodybuilding career. And one day I just end up my health issue. I would say that my last show was like 2003. Right after I retired, then I have to decide to retire. And I realized that, what, let's go back, working on my acting again. But first thing is I need to transform my body. I have to change. I have to change my physique.
Okay, and what did you, by changing it, what do you mean? For all the listeners that aren't familiar with what that means, changing it from what to what? Where you started from what? The bodybuilding physique to?
Well, when I used to competing is like, I'm almost like over 200 pound, muscular guy.
Sure,
but
yep.
The thing is like, when you're doing acting and when you do certain type of acting or fighting scene, it's very, very difficult to move.
Sure.
So I have to like transform my body to like a physical, like very fit body, and then in that way I can move a lot faster, and all kind of martial.
Look at that! We've got a photo up there, right there. That's from
Yes,
that's the transition right there.
Into a fitness physique.
And that's the same person.
Yeah, same person.
That is craziness.
Yes.
Still is equally good looking on both photos though, but that is crazy. It's like from He-Man to, who that reminds me of the Russian. I wanted to bring this up. Rocky IV.
Rocky IV.
I'll break you. Remember that?
The Russian guy, right?
Yeah, you told me that he's on the commercial though. You told me he's not actually Russian. That
he's from Germany. Yes.
He's from Germany, which is interesting. Yes. So back to the acting. So you transitioned your body, and did you start studying acting, or did your father train you in acting, or how did you start? Because I myself I'm an actress,
right?
And I know that you can't. Everybody has seen those actors in class where you're like, just pick up your bags, call it a day, and get out of here.
Right.
And they're like, you're bleeding through the scene. You just can't take it anymore because it's so phony. So who trained you?
Well, I did my acting school when I was back in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yes, I was like in the mid '80s, and I did one of the movie in Hong Kong is. Based on my Jackie Chan's movie. The movie is called The Painting Faces. Mm-hmm. And I was one of those teenage kids. And I gone to like training, acting school, and for like almost a year. And after that, and I just stopped. And I have some of my friends who, taught me the acting. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Los Angeles after 2000. And after all, I just... not to completely stop, but I have some other things going on. But now I want to getting back into my acting school again, so that way I will be able to focus on my goals. So
on your goals, yeah. Well, you're going to definitely want to meet the guests that I had on last week. Sure. Joey DiDio and Mario. They are amazing, and it's really hard to find trustworthy people in this town that aren't going to rip you off, that aren't going to, they're going to do what they say they're going to do. So I should really put you in touch with those two because they are wonderful. Not only are they talented, not only are they up for many awards, but they're characters there, which is really hard to find in this town, and you know that as well as I do. Okay, so interesting though, because you said, basically, as I mentioned before, you were the lab rat for your own body, correct?
Right, correct.
Are you going to take that approach eventually with acting where you're going to be your own coach? I think so. I think you could do it. Because honestly, I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think I went in and what I did was I was like, listen, this acting coach over here, like yelling at you to like make you cry for a scene is not, what is this garbage? You know what I mean?
Right.
So do you think eventually, because you seem to be extremely intelligent and you break down processes and you understand them very well, is that somewhere that where you want to kind of gain that and maybe gauge different acting styles within yourself?
Right. I always wanting to try and do different type of acting too, not just to be in like, serious role or, people always think that, because my dad, he did like, a lot of violent, that kind of role. But to me, I willing to try and do some other things too. I have some producer offer me like to do some other like comedy role or, that type of things. And actually, I just recently did like 2 short film.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And,
go get him, David.
And I did a role in not big, but in the way I learning a lot. I have like some very good experienced actor around me. So
your father.
Yes, that too.
Does he help you? I mean, okay, what is that like? Because you're not a normal me. I have nobody in my family that's acting.
Yes, I'm normal.
to you, you're normal, but to the rest of the world, you come, the environment that you grew up in, people spend their life trying to be in contact with the people that you just hung out with at dinner.
Right.
So not everybody is getting into a happy birthday party with Jean-Claude Van Damme and sitting at the same table and being like, hey, you're Bolo's son. Everyone's seen that video. Right. Does that work to your advantage? Or do you use those contacts? Because if that was me, I'd be like, guess who's the next Bruce Lee? That's where I would go. I'd be like, well, who's calling in a favor around here?
Well, to me, as I believe is, I'm still gonna work hard for this, no matter what. No matter what, I know someone who I don't, and one thing is very important to me is I realize I learning how to change my life, and whatever anything except to me, like okay, if I ask you, what's wrong with me. I accepting that, and I will be willing to change. So that means that I will never afraid to ask.
So you're like Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. Make that change. You're starting with yourself.
I am make that change. That's why, no matter what.
That's the best way to go because everybody's always trying to change the world, but you start by changing yourself.
Yes, just like I said, no matter what, no matter how many people that I know or not, I'm not afraid to ask. No matter 100 or 200, 300 people say no, I believe one day accepting one person is going to say yes.
And it's going to be the right person.
Exactly.
It's going to be the right person that you want to work with.
And I will make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just got to believe what you are doing.
Absolutely. Yes. No, I totally agree with that. So if you could pick today, what would be the one role that you would love to play? Because I like to play crazy. It's super fun. Right. It's fun. It's different. You know what I mean? It's a challenge. Right. So what would you love to play?
I would love to play some type of role is, like I said, some type of action hero, type of whatever people call hero. But to me, it's like I'm not really showing myself.
Right.
So at the end of the role is, I'm helping other,
So like a double agent.
Yes, kind of type of thing.
A double agent.
At the end, and I have to walk away from it, but people still don't know who that is.
Oh, so you're the anonymous hero.
Yeah, something like...
Nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
You're just in the background, you save the world, and then you walk off.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes,
something that's actually,
like that.
that's a real respectable way. This is why you need to meet Joey, because Joey was actually talking about, I talked to him about his company. Do they give back? Do they, help the community? Because he's obviously very successful and influential.
Right.
And his answer was, I do, but I don't discuss it because it's anonymous.
Right.
So this is really interesting because most of the guests that I have on my show are all lining up, and they're all pretty similar in character. They're all, they remain anonymous. They're really influential. Right. They have character, and they're all extremely successful in their own way. And everybody's definition of success is different.
Right.
But you seem to be falling right in line with all of those. So that's amazing. So we appreciate it because people need to listen and hear from people like you.
Thank you.
If you could have any advice to anybody, because wasn't it weird growing up where people were following you around?
Well, it had happened when I was teenagers, but I'm still don't think that because so even when I moved in LA at that time, and still people they probably recognize, hey, you look the guy from the movie, either Bloodsport or Double Impact, and I've been have a lot of questions like this over 10 years. You believe or not? Every time when I go to a restaurant, every time I go to the supermarket, people will always like, hey, you look like somebody, you know. And first of all, you know, I was kind of excited about it, but later on I realized that this is not really me.
You want your own identity.
Exactly.
You want to be you. You're David.
Yes, but once again, you know, I was really proud what my dad, you know, he's make his own image, and you know, he's to me is like the first pioneer that he make his in the movie. But the one thing is like the way I see myself, and I want to create myself something different. You know, that's the most important part. You know? So I have been.
Any advice that you have that you could give to people that are looking to get into what you do? Like, who inspired you, and any advice? Because, like I said, there's a lot of people listening, and I bring people like yourself directly into the phone lines. Any advice that you can give to these kids, or you know, any adults even?
Right. I think the most important is whatever anyone who inspired, you have to be focused what you want, and you have to find your way. And also, if you knowing that, I think it's most important is you have to discuss with somebody, you know, asking somebody, you know, what I need more and what is not enough. Otherwise, if you have too much confidence to do certain things, and you have your right to do your thing, but sometimes you might go wrong. So you have to ask what I need to do something better than something that
asking, that's what you're telling the people. So you guys, thank you so much,
Thank
David,
you.
for
Thank you very much.
coming on my show. This is David Young, you guys. This is what honesty feels like with Christine Sawicki. He says ask and you will receive. So thank you for coming on.
you.
Many accomplishments.
Thank you.